So going into summer, people are excited about trying to tone up the midsection. Clients, exercises all over the world doing more abdominal work. Let's talk about a couple ideas to get good feel factor as well as good functional benefit out of some midsection work that hopefully parlays for you to looking better at the pool. But I got a premise: diet is king, queen, and secretary of defense when it comes to abs. But in terms of strength, functional strength in the abs, we open up with things that provide good feel factor. And that happens when the muscle's in a shortened position. So if I bring my knees to my chest in a reverse crunch, or a roll up, some might call it. It's like pelvic tilt and I flex that spine. Muscles are really engaged. But they're very short. They're not in a lengthened position. So if I take that as one set and go into fatigue, obviously I'd go longer and harder as is appropriate. But then I take it to what often is referred to as a wood chop or a swing with a med ball. So from a side view, if I take it down, up here is where I really have to put on the brakes to stop that ball from going behind my head. I'm putting on the brakes at the bottom too, but we're after the abdominal load. So if I mimic having that arm up, big length through the trunk here in the front abs, bringing the ball back down, force. Some people might take that into a slamming motion. That's great too. But then we want to get even more real life applicable, which is going to involve some rotation. So I'll do an overhead press or an overhead reach, and I'll rotate out to the side. So you can see wrinkles in my shirt. That line, that's what's happening to the abdominal muscles too. They're getting lengthened up along that line and then that line respectively. So we convert the feel factor of the short abdominal work, sit-ups, crunches, dead bugs, into a longer load with the med ball straight up or slams, and then we go into that single arm rotation. So we get a little more range of motion and we get more players in the game to help with more function that will carry over into abdominal strength for walking and running and use in many daily activities. But we can't forget that feel factor is pretty satisfying. Just don't live in the short range with your abdominal work. Make sure you expand it. It'll help. And pay attention to your nutrition, because that's going to have the biggest impact on your waistline. Best of luck.